After many flying hours in the pellet grill, it is time for us to take care of the most pellet grill related questions we've got. And of course, barbecue season is about to open, so today we are talking about the main things you need to know to master your pellet grill. Pellet grills has become a total success in the past few years and one of the all-time best sellers. It is a real set it and forget it grill that offers great results with minimum work. And who doesn't like that? But even though it looks like the easiest thing in the world, there is a few things you need to know in order to keep it in mint condition and get the best possible result. So let's get rid of this table and bring my pellet grill to life. This here is a C-grill pellet grill, but don't let that change your mind. All pellet grills work under the same principles, and once you learn to handle one, all the rest follow behind. I've been using pellet grills for over 10 years. C-grills, Traegers, Pit Boss, and more. So these tips will apply to all those brands, no matter how the grill looks. Now, let's get into it. First up, of course, the hopper. This grill has a 20-pound hopper, meaning you can feed a 20-pound pellet bag at once. But that doesn't mean you will fill up the hopper every time you're going to cook. What it means is that you need to steer your pellets on every cook. Because pellets have a cylindrical shape, which is pretty much an industry standard of 2 centimeters long for about 8 millimeters thick, it can create something called pellet bridge, which is nothing else than the pellets randomly settling in a way that they support themselves up, creating a void underneath. That of course can lead to the grill running out of pellets and destroying your cook. But sometimes it goes beyond that, accumulating gases within the chamber and creating what I call a grill nook. If that ever happened to you, it will be something to remember for a while and easily avoidable by steering your pellets before every cook. But that's not the only way an explosion can happen in a pellet grill, and that takes us to tip number 2, keeping your grill clean. Pellets are mostly made out of sawdust, heated up and compressed to give them their shape. That means that some of those pellets tumbling down the hopper, falling into the chamber, and being pushed out by the auger will break. And once they break, dust is going to fly out, getting everywhere in the grill, and there is nothing you can do about it. And because that's going to happen on every cook, you need to make sure you clean all the dust before every cook, or at least as much as possible. As you can imagine, that dust can easily catch on fire if the right combination of gases in the chamber, fire, and dust happen. Then you have a time bomb waiting to go off, destroying your cook and sometimes parts of the grill. And it is so easy to prevent it. Use a simple vacuum to clean and suck all the dust from the chamber and the internal parts of the grill. This is something that will only take you 5 minutes and save you from bigger issues down the drain. And talking about fires will take us to the next tip: how to prevent your grill from catching on fire. Almost everything you cook will drop some form of fat on the grill. No matter if you only cook chicken and fish, rubs, marinades, and fats are gonna fall from the grease onto the grease tray, creating a gross layer of fat that is not only nasty but also dangerous. This here is the grill tray, also called dripping tray, and it comes in different forms. For C-grills, Traegers, camshaft grills, and others, it will look just like this one. All the grills like Pit Boss have a different setup, allowing easy access to the firebox for direct cooks and sears. But those are removable too and cleaned the same way. But this is what you will find in most cases: a big metal tray that collects the drippings and also serves as a diffuser. And to clean it, you need to take it out. And make sure you remove as much fat from it as possible. A regular kitchen towel will work best, or even a paper towel, but never soap. My solution is to add a piece of aluminum foil on top of the tray. That way all the fat falls on it, and all I need to do is to throw it away and add a new one on every cook. But no matter when you do it, make sure the grill is off and the tray is cold before you even think about doing any cleaning on it. I know it sounds like I'm talking to a 5-year-old, but trust me, things happen. And because things happen, we need to get to tip number 4, temperature fluctuation. Pellet grills are amazing. They will help you produce the best cook you've ever had, but they will also drive you crazy if you obsess over it. I know, in all the videos you ever seen about smoking meats, we always make a big deal about temperature. This brisket will be cooked at 250 degrees and that chicken at 350 degrees. And it can be frustrating when you are following a guide to have the best pulled pork ever, and you see the grill temperature going up and down, sometimes as much as 20 degrees. And that is the most normal thing to happen. Let me explain. Pellet grills are created with two different types of controller. Some grills come with a timer controller that, depending on the temperature you set your grill to cook, will start the auger every certain amount of time. The timing is based on a mathematical equation the maker created to keep it as stable as possible. And as you will soon figure, those equations are not accurate all the time. The other type of controller is called PID, and that controls the auger based on the internal temperature of the grill. This grill, like most of the modern pellet grills, comes with a PID controller. That is considered the most precise way of controlling temperature available right now. It works based on information the internal thermometer sends to the controller. The controller then runs a mathematical equation based on settings, heat, and other information and decide to start the auger and for how long. And the problem there again is that mathematical calculation. It doesn't really matter how precise it came out of the factory. It will always be influenced by the environment the grill is at. And that is what creates the temperature fluctuations. But trust me, no matter what you're cooking in, a Kamado grill, an offset smoker, or a Weber kettle, the temperature will always fluctuate. And to be honest, the PID controller in this grill can be the champion of any stable temperature competition. And talking about competition, tip number 5, expecting too much. This is a set it and forget it type of grill. The one you set at 10 p.m. and go to sleep, knowing that the pork butt you leave cooking in there will be perfect at 8 a.m. And if that is not cool enough, then you won't like this part. Do not expect a pellet grill to win a smoking competition against a stick burner. Pellet grills, because of the usage of pellets, produce a cleaner smoke. Once it's up to temperature, all the bad, heavy smoke is gone, and the entire cook is done using an almost invisible smoke that pitmasters call blue smoke. Dirty and thick smoke is to blame for that sour taste you get sometimes from some barbecue joints, and it's something to avoid. But the right proportions of that heavy smoke is also responsible for the right amount of flavors at the hands of a good pitmaster. That is why there is no comparison on the flavors a pellet grill can produce when compared to an offset smoker. If what you're looking for is to be all night up, adding wood and managing fire just to get the perfect amount of flavors on your meats, this grill is not for you. But if we talk about wood flavors, then we have to talk about pellet woods. Because of the popularity of these kind of grills, there is all kinds of pellet flavors out there. I remember when I got my first pellet grill, the only one company selling pellets online was Traeger. But of course, now all that has changed. Just in Walmart, you can find all kinds of pellets, from the amazing mesquite and hickory to several combinations and blends that will create amazing smokes, to even charcoal pellets if you want to be creative and create your own combinations. There is a world of things you can do with it and create your own flavors the way you really like them. It takes time from trial and error, but it's fun and rewarding. And if flavors is a big deal, then the next tip is for you: how to change the pellets in a pellet grill. Let's say you fill up the hopper with hickory and pellets for that awesome brisket you just cooked, but you still have pellets in there, and now you want to cook a pork shoulder with apple instead. And if you're picky about flavors, then that combination of wood might not be right for you. And knowing that the first 45 minutes is when the meat sucks the most amount of flavors, you might want that flavor to be apple and not hickory. Well, most pellet grills now come with a hopper release trap door that will help you clean it pretty well. After that, all you need is a vacuum, like the one we use to clean the dust from the grill, and suck all the pellets from the chamber. That will leave you with a very clean system, ready to take on any flavor you want. Fill up the hopper with the new pellets you want and you are ready to go. Just don't forget to store your pellets in a bucket with a lid, and you are ready to go. And here is a bonus tip: get to know your grill. Pellet grills are the most practical smoker you will ever have the pleasure to cook on. But like any other cooking device, there is things you need to learn from it. For instance, I know that my grill gets hotter on the left side more than the right side where the chimney is at. And I will use that to my advantage, setting the thickest parts of the meat to the left, leaving the thinnest parts to the right. For example, I will cook my brisket with the point towards the left side of the grill, so I can have it all cooked more evenly. But before you go, here is another tip. If your grill have porcelain quarter grates, don't use metal brush to clean it, or you will damage it. I do have porcelain quarter grates, so what I do is to heat up the grill, and right before setting my meat to cook, I will clean it with paper towel, and that will remove any residue from the previous cook. Well, I hope this video helped you make the most amazing cooks ever. And I'll see you next week. Ninja out.